Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, I've included a segment from my live training course where I am discussing exam taking strategies and with a particular emphasis on how we can tackle 17 sections of FE Electrical and Computer Exam specification. As you know, FE Electrical and Computer Exam covers everything from math all the way to software and a lot of topics in between that you would typically cover in your 4 years of undergraduate studies. And now you're expected to basically perform and show your competency and understanding in 5 hours and 20 minutes. So it's quite a bit of a challenging task, but with proper planning and execution and using the right exam preparation resources, you can make it happen. Let's dive into this discussion and see how we can tackle the 17 sections of FE Electrical and Computer Exam specification.
All right. So as I was telling you, though, I still see participants joining in. Please try and attend on time. And we're probably going to go at least 15 to 30 minutes over. Okay, it's not going to finish at 1 o'clock. I'm not a clock watcher. And if you guys are finding value from this session, then continue to hang around until the end. All right. So a strategic review of exam specification, a quick refresher for those of you who were there yesterday. But this is really for the guys who are joining, guys and girls who are joining us right now. Okay, so we have 17 sections, right? If you guys ever attended one of my older webinars, you know, I like to ask this question that if you have an elephant, and it's a proverb, okay? Nobody eats elephant, but yeah. So if you were to eat an elephant, okay, how would you eat an elephant? Okay, one bite at a time. Okay, we cannot swallow the entire elephant, or any big project for that reason in one as a one bite, right? So you have to slice and dice it. So this is how I have sliced and diced 17 sections, okay? Big five. Those of you who have attended yesterday's session know, and then students who have gone through my live training program know this. I have a couple of YouTube videos where I explain this, and then in the welcome video for the on-demand course as well. The big five topics, guys, are super, super, super interesting. Okay, is everybody able to see the screen? I got a message from someone saying that they're not able to see the screen. Please let me know in chat quickly, guys. Good, good, good. All right. Eileen, you have a question? Please type in chat, or if it's by mistake that you raised your hand, that's I'm gonna lower it. Okay. Please ask the question in chat if you have a question. If you want to come on the audio, if it's not answered, then no problem. All right, by mistake. 90% of the time, that's the case. No worries. Okay, so big five, guys. And if somebody is having issue with the screen, please log in, log out. Okay, it's a problem on your end, not on my end. Big five: math, circuits, electronics, power, and digital systems. Why are they important? Because these 5 out of 17 sections account for about 50% of the exam weightage, give or take. Give or take, okay? It could be 45 on one exam, 55 on the other exam, maybe 40 on one exam, 50 on the other. It's roughly 55. What's our goal, guys? Our goal is to stay above average. And how do we do it? We do it by giving respect. The example I gave yesterday was a tennis example, right? So if there's a competitor who makes it to the Wimbledon final, or let's say French Open's final, right? And is competing with Rafael Nadal, right? Who is called the king of clay. You think the guy is going to be very casual in his approach dealing with Rafael? No, Rafa is the best clay player ever, okay? So you got to give the heavyweights some respect. And the way you give respect is you actually do your homework, you take a deep dive into these concepts, you spend extra time, you don't, shove things under the rug. You really try and get a good grip on every one of these topics, okay? And this is my rating that typically within these big five, math circuits are easy, electronics and power are a little bit difficult, and digital systems in my books, guys, is the most difficult topic, okay, amongst the big five, if not amongst all the 17 sections, okay? So our goal, stay above average. How do we do it? Go through the content, okay? Do the quiz problems, do the mini exam, do the questions in the study guide. And if you guys plan on utilizing the live training program, I'm going to discuss that later on, then going through that is going to further help you. But the long story short is that if you get a good handle on these topics, odds are going to start moving in your favor. Okay. The next one is the first four. I used to call it first five. right? Math we've already discussed. I'm not going to discuss that again. I'm going to remove this. But these are important in the sense that you get to see them right up front, and there's a psychological element to it. If you're getting question after question right on the exam, it just boosts your confidence, puts you in a positive frame of mind, and makes you ready to take on anything that will come later on. But the reverse is also true. Question after question right up front in the exam, you are not able to make a head or tail of anything right now. Then you're going to say to yourself, the internal talk in your mind is going to go like, this was a mistake. You are not ready to take this exam. If you're not able to do the first 5 topics comfortably, I mean, what do you expect from the next 12 sections? Okay, this is the internal talk that will go in your mind. Okay, so that's why these guys are important. Relatively easy topics. There are some hidden demons in each and every one of them. Probability and stats has. Let me know which topic in probability and stats you guys find most difficult. And for those of you who attended yesterday's session, feel free to answer as well. But this is really for people who are attending it for the first time. Yeah, the first 4 topics are the ones that show up first. Yeah. So guys, probability and stats. Which topic within probability and stats you guys find most difficult? Quickly. Quickly. Bayes theorem, normal distribution, binomial. No, this is Bayes theorem, normal distribution, binomial. These are probability and stats. Bayes theorem, I agree. What else? Normal distribution, any takers for normal distribution and binomial? No one? Everyone agrees with Bayes. Okay. I see a lot of you sending me messages to host and panelists. I'm able to see. If you want to participate with the rest of the group, change that to everyone. If you're not comfortable using your full name, just use your aliases. Okay. Okay. More participation, guys. From probability and stats. Yeah, permutation is actually easy. Okay. All right. Okay, engineering economics, guys. Give me a couple of names within engineering topics within engineering economics that are difficult. So I think by and large, we all agree Bayes theorem is the most difficult in probability. Engineering, Eng-Econ. Quickly. What do you guys find difficult in Eng-Econ? Inflation, real interest, yeah. Interest rate. Actually, if you don't get a good handle on interest rate, all bets are off. You're not going to get that question right. Okay, interest rate is a cornerstone. Okay. Yeah. Cost estimation, which value I take. Okay, cost estimation. What else, guys? Quick. Gradient, I agree. Gradient, yeah. Gradient is a tough one as well. Okay, so the point I'm trying to make is that overall these are easy topics, but within every easy topic there's still easy sections, but there still can be a difficult section. So our goal is to still try and score above 85%. Okay, these are very notorious topics. Okay, they have a very bad reputation. Computer network software and systems. Somebody sent a message saying that they didn't take engineering economics in their studies. Well, chances are that a lot of power systems engineers don't actually take computer networks, computer systems, or software engineering as part of their standard coursework. These are generally speaking optional topics. Okay, so if that's the case, then obviously you're learning it for the first time. Those of you who've actually reached the end of my course specification, my on-demand course, know that I have a lot of content for all of these. Even if you're learning from scratch, you should draw confidence from the fact that there are about 25 lectures in computer networks, about 15 lectures in 15 or 10 to 15 lectures in computer systems, and about 20 lectures for software. Okay, if you're learning it from scratch in the context of FE electrical, you have everything, in fact, more than what you probably need in order to do well on these exams. Okay, the issue with them is that they only account for 10% of the exam weightage, 10 to 15, right? But we really need to be putting in time and effort into it. They actually appear at the end of the exam. They appear at the end of my course. They appear at the end of the specification. So keeping your momentum and motivation and interest going when you reach these points, and especially if you haven't taken them in your undergraduate, it's a difficult task. But Remember, skipping content on the exam for during the exam preparation and on the exam is a very risky business. Okay, it's a very risky business. I strongly advise you against it. Okay, I have some of my internationally trained engineers. It's a very common question that I get from internationally trained engineers, because in some places the exam formats are such that you have to do only 5 out of 6 questions, right? Or 4 out of 5 questions. They ask me this question all the time. Wasim, is it okay if I just prepare for like 15 out of 17 sections? My clear-cut answer is no, it's not okay. It's a very risky business. Why? Because you might have skipped computer networks, computer systems, and software engineering, thinking that it's not my strength, but you might end up getting easy questions from these. Okay, whereas things that you considered your strengths as circuits, electronics, power, and I'm going to give you an example of how a topic which you consider your strength can still end up being a nightmare for you. Okay, it's very easy for an examiner to make difficult exam out of easy topics and easy exam out of difficult topics. Sometimes examiners overcompensate. So that's why don't skip anything. And last but not the least are your miscellaneous topics. Okay, so there's a little bit of overlap between them, like signal processing, communications, and linear systems are quite heavy on math. So if you're good with math, you're going to find it easy. Whereas electromagnetics control systems, they're sort of outliers. And the example I like to give, especially in this context, is that during my undergraduate and graduate studies, guys, electromagnetics was the one topic that I really found the most difficult. Why? Because the math is really next level math. I've taken graduate courses on EMAG, and I remember that, it's just a very difficult topic. But on the exam, on the FE exam, in the context of FE electrical exam, they've actually been a little bit lenient and kept the scope very simple and straightforward. But the students who go through my live training program, when I go through some additional practice problems with them, they realize that it's so easy to get sidetracked with EMAG. Okay, linear system signal processing, a lot of math, transforms and whatnot. If you're good with math, you're going to find it easy. Controls, if you have a little bit of background in controls or have taken controls, it's not that difficult. In fact, they've actually distilled and water down control scope a little bit. RH criteria, root array criteria, root locus, and things like that. They used to be in the exam before 2017, 2018. They've removed it since then. Okay, so this is our overview. What are our goals? Again, quick summary. We want to be above average in the big five. We want to score really high in the first 5 sections, 4 sections, because they start right up front. It will increase our confidence, and it will also, set you for success. Okay, and they're not really difficult. There's some topics within each and every one of them that are difficult, but overall not so bad. Computer sections, the dreadful computer sections, don't skip them. Don't skip them, please. Okay, and try and score above 60% on them. You should be fine. There's more than enough content, maybe a little bit too much of content in my course, but even if you're starting it from scratch, you should be fine. Again, miscellaneous topic, they're all over the place. There might be some areas that are your strengths, some are your weaknesses, but try and do damage control in the areas that are your weakness. And again, don't skip anything.
I hope you found this video helpful and benefited from some of the strategies that were discussed in this live training session. In case you have any questions regarding the on-demand program for FE Electrical and Computer exam preparation or my live training program, please feel free to reach out to me. You can find more details about these programs in the description of this video. Thank you.